much for that time you helped rescue my grandma who was choking on White Ave.
In all fairness, those pretzels can be very dry. How is she?
Don't I know it? She's doing well, but she misses you.
I'm glad. Okay.
I wondered if you could tell us about the genesis of your charity, Kids Need to Read. And also if you're going to come and play Rings of Orbis with all of us brown folks.
I have occasionally been on Rings of Orbis. I'm not going to say I'm the greatest at that game because I'm not. P.J. Harsma wrote a book, The Rings of Orbis. He wrote a series of books called The Rings of Orbis. And on his book tour, he did a self-supporting book tour, different schools, different libraries around the United States and Canada. And he was taken aback. He was horrified how few books so many libraries didn't have. How few books they didn't have. How few books they had. All right. They ain't got no books. The charity was his idea. He said, I know you like to read. You're a big fan. We talked about it, how it's important, and I love what he's doing. He said, I take your face, put it on this charity. So that's how I got involved, thanks to P.J. Harsma and his books.
In response to your tweet, you wanted us to say a good deed before we asked the question.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to spoil it by saying it out loud.
Sorry. All right, well, my good deed for today, I've met a number of amazing Castle fans on Twitter, and one of them was a huge Eliza Dushku fan, and so I went and stood in line and got her autograph for her today. I know it's tough, but it's a good deed.
That's very nice, okay.
My question is, I know it's hard. I'm a huge Castle fan, and one thing I've noticed, I'm sure everybody else has noticed, is the show just keeps getting better and better every year, every episode. This season is absolutely amazing. The acting is amazing. The writing is phenomenal, and yours with Scottish chemistry is just perfection, really. I'm just wondering, as the show goes on, how do you think, like, what do you think needs to be done for it to just keep getting better? And is that even possible?
Okay. So here's the deal. I'm on this show, Castle, and it probably kind of looks. If you just kind of look at it and see how much when you're looking at it, I'm all over it. I play Castle. My face is there. I'm always talking. I'm always flapping my yapper. It kind of probably looks like maybe I'm in charge, or maybe I'm the boss, or maybe I know what's best for a network television show. The reality in the beginning of the show, they give me a book and says, this is what you're going to say. And then there's going to be a director there, and he says, this is where you're going to stand. And then I stand there and say the thing. And then I reap all the credit. So in answer to your question, what will it take to keep it getting better? To leave it in the capable hands it's in.
One of the decisions that those capable hands made, obviously, was to get Beckett and Castle together early on. There was a lot of talk about the moonlight curse. You guys have totally proven that that does not apply to Castle. Why do you think it's continuing to work so well with Beckett and Castle together? I'm curious for your perspective.
I think one of the things that lights people on fire is seeing people fail and not being yourself. I can watch them fail, and I'm so safe here. I think that's why The Office did so well. When you see two people that clearly they're meant for each other, clearly they like each other, but they won't get together, and you know better than they do. There's a sense of, I think, superiority there. There's some tone, right? When will they learn? I think once we've started the relationship, those moments haven't gone away. It's not heaven, it's not happily ever after. It's a rocky road, just like real life. So we can still sit there and go, shouldn't have done that.
Up to the top, hello.
Hi, Nathan. I'm pretty sure everyone, I mean not everyone, but there's a lot of fans of Dr. Horrible, so I was wondering if you could sing part of it.
Here's the thing. If you were walking down the street and a stranger came up to you and said, "Hey, sing a couple bars for me," you'd say no. If you were up in front of an auditorium full of people and a stranger said to you, "Just belt out a couple tunes," say, "Dude, who are you? Dance, monkey, dance." It's not really what I'm about. That having been said, man.
Let's bounce it back up.
Yeah, so that goes for singing and dancing. And kissing your sister. All right.
Hello, sir.
Hey,
Cheers.
knowing after shooting Firefly and Serenity, knowing Malcolm Reynolds as well as you do now, can you look back on your scenes you did with that character and tell me which one was the most interesting to do?
There was a moment. The episode was out of gas. The moment was at the end of the episode. Malcolm Reynolds had just blacked out. That's all we know. Then, slowly sound, light comes back. And there he is, waking on a gurney in the, what do we call that place? The little medical lab? Infirmary. I love you guys. He's there in the infirmary, and he's just trying to make some sense about what just happened. He's just, what, you got a thing in your arm. You guys came back, and they explain it all to him. There's a moment that I really like, where they say, just take it easy, everything's gonna be good. And he goes to lay back, and he goes, wait, are you all gonna be here when I get back? Good. Like for a moment, he thought he was dreaming. And it worried him. Love it.
So anybody who has seen an interview with you or read an interview with you knows that in addition to being obviously such a key part of Firefly and Serenity, you're also a huge fan of the project that Josh created. So when did you become a fan? I mean, in addition to being that integral part of it, when did you really realize, oh my God, I'm a huge fan of this as well?
I was super excited. The first thing I ever read about Firefly was called The Treatment. There's no dialogue. It's just a play-by-play. This is how it's going to go. It was, I don't know how many pages long. It was just a story with no dialogue. But this is how it's going to go. Like someone just kind of summed it up for you. I was excited. When things started rolling, Joss invited me down to the set, to the costume department, to where they were building the stuff, and the blueprints were, here's your gun, and here's his gun, and this is what this is going to look like, and here's the bad guys, and that's going to be a hat, and this is going to be this. I started getting so wound up. I took pictures, everything. When we did Serenity, I was in a meeting, and someone said, we don't have the blueprints, we don't know about the size of the old ships or anything. I went, I have photos of all the blueprints. Like a spy.
Gentlemen on the floor, hello.
As both an actor and a massive geek myself, I know there are characters I would give my left arm to be able to play.
Sing a few bars for us.
No. I'm just wondering if there's any character out there, whether it's being played by someone right now or not, that, given the chance, you'd like to take over. Also, Jillian Clare says hello.
Lovely. James Rockford. Anything on Star Wars? By the by, I say this kind of stuff all the time, and then I see an article about Nathan wants to do this, and he's got his eyes on. Please don't do that. Watching this, don't do that. This is just wishful thinking. Let me just have a dream. All right. Spider-Man villain for the Scorpion. Is that good enough? Anything on Star Wars, did I say that?